Hey guys, welcome to Body by Design. My name is Sheridan, and today I'll be taking you through a practice called 12-minute yoga for runners. We'll be stretching the muscles that are heavily utilized during running, but really this is a great cool down for any type of exercise. The only props you might need are 2 blocks, so grab your blocks, grab a mat, and let's get started. So we will begin standing today. You can come to a comfortable stance. Feet can be together or about shoulder width apart. Let's take a big shoulder roll back, facing your palms to the front of the room. Draw your shoulders up to your ears and then down along your spine. One more time, just like that. Draw your shoulders up and down. As you relax your shoulders down, find a full head roll clockwise. Gentle stretch through your neck and in the opposite direction. A few deep breaths. And as you bring your head back through center, let's take an inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, reaching your hands to the ground. So I'll turn to the side so you can see as you release your head down, begin to bend your knees, pedaling out your feet. Try to let the crown of your head fall towards the floor. One more deep breath in, stretching forward. Exhale it out. Then on your next inhale, lift up halfway, flatten out your back, draw your shoulder blades together. Exhale, release, plant your hands to the mat, walk or hop your feet back into high plank. Let's take a deep inhale in high plank. Exhale, lower into low plank, elbows right by your sides. Inhale, press up for upward facing dog, stretching through your stomach. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one moment to pedal out your feet, right heel down, left heel down. Feel the backs of your legs stretching out. And with one more deep breath in, gentle bend with your knees. Walk or float your feet up to your hands, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, reverse swan dive your arms up to the sky. And then on your exhale, take a large step back with your left foot. Face back to the front. We're going to reach our hands down to the floor, but this time as you reach your hands down, grab opposite elbow with opposite arm. Gently sway side to side. Let the crown of your head once again hang heavy to the floor. And if you feel ready, you can just relax your hands to the ground. Find a little bit of a bend with your right leg, with your left, and then notice any areas where you might have some tightness, whether that's in your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, your calves. Be mindful of that as we move throughout our next few stretches. And as you bring your hips back through center, let's take an inhale, lift up halfway. Hands can just kind of come to the thighs, and then exhale, face your right toes outward. Release your right hand down to the floor, and this is where I'm going to grab onto a block. And then inhale your left arm up to the sky. Try to create a straight line from your left hand down to your right. Gaze is upward. You'll feel a little stretch through your hamstring on the right side and your inner thigh. Start a triangle stretch. One more inhale. And then exhale, begin to slowly lift. Let's take another deep breath in. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Backward stretch. And then exhale, windmill your hands so that now your left hand revolves to the ground or to the block. And then your right arm is reaching up to the sky. This is Revolved Triangle. You'll feel a stretch through your IT band. And be mindful to keep both legs straight. So you'll have a temptation to bend that knee. Try to keep both legs straight, gaze upward. One last deep breath in. And exhale, melt all the way to the ground. Both hands to either side of your front foot. Release your back knee to the floor. Inhale, arms upward. And then exhale, press your hips forward and cactus your arms. If it feels better, maybe interlace your hands behind your low back. Find a little bit of openness through your chest. Cactus or interlace. One more deep breath in as you press your hips forward. And then on your exhale, straighten out your front leg, flex your front foot, and reach your hands either to either side of your front leg, to your thigh, or once again to your block. Try to keep this front leg straight, back straight. You're stretching through that hamstring. Deep breaths here, and out. Let's take one more deep breath in. And then on your exhale, lunge back forward. You can move the block to the side. Heel toe your front foot over to your opposite hand. We're coming into a pigeon stretch. So in pigeon, you want to make sure your hip bones are squared off to the front, whatever front is for you, and then sink into your hips. Sometimes it's helpful to take a block and place it behind your bottom. That way you can just kind of rest on the block and then relax your forearms down to the floor. So as you're in your pigeon stretch, try to use this time to slow your breath, to sink your hips further. With each exhale you take, you're lowering a little bit deeper into your stretch. You're slowing down. This is an area where we tend to have a lot of tightness in those outer hips and your glutes, kind of where that upper IT band is. So I love to spend a lot of time in this stretch. Feel free to hold it a little bit longer, maybe even after this video. We're just going to take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to slowly press back up to your hands. Now take a bend with your back knee. Reach your hands just straight behind you. And then stop when you feel a stretch through your left quad. So hands, you can drop down to your forearms, or you can drop all the way down to where you're laying flat on your back, resting your head to the floor. So you find a level that works for you, and then make sure that your left knee is pressing to the ground. Same with that right knee, as much as you can, pressing to the ground, stretching out that quad. One more deep breath here. Once again, you can always come back to the stretch if you want to hold it a little bit longer. And exhale, let's press back up to our hands. So we're going to make our way back into that low lunge. So lifting your right knee back into a lunge. Lift your back knee off the floor. On your next inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky, coming into that wide leg stance. And then this time we're going to interlace our hands behind the low back like this and gently stretch forward. Keep pulling together. And if you don't like holding that for long, maybe that's uncomfortable, take your time to slowly release your hands to the ground. Once again, shift your hips side to side. Maybe even play around with that ragdoll arm position and your wide leg forward fold. Just one more deep breath here. And then exhale, let's walk those hands over to the left side. Once again, using your block if you like that. Left toes are going to face outward. Left hand releases to the block. Right arm now lifts up to the sky. Gaze is upward. Keeping both legs straight lined from your top arm to your bottom arm. One more breath. And on your next inhale, lift all the way up. A little reverse stretch. Exhale. Feel your side body stretching, and then windmill your hands to the ground. Right arm comes to the block. Left arm lifts upward for Revolved Triangle. Just about 1 or 2 breaths right here. Feel the stretch through your left IT band now. And on that last exhale, melt all the way into a low lunge, moving your block to the side if you were using it. Release your back knee to the floor. On your next inhale, arms lift up to the sky. Exhale, we stretch forward, either cactusing your arms or interlacing your hands behind your low back, finding a little bit of openness through your chest, feeling a stretch through the front of your right thigh. One more deep inhale. And on your exhale, straighten out your left leg, stretch forward. Keeping your spine tall. Foot flexed. One more deep breath in. Exhale, lunge back forward. Begin to heel toe your left foot over to your right hand, sinking into your pigeon stretch. And if I didn't say this on the other side, you do have the option to bring your foot in closer just so that it's comfortable. Make sure when you come into the stretch, it's not painful, but that you do feel a stretch. So there's a balance in between that, sinking down to your forearms or staying upright on your hands. And using this stretch to really slow down. Each exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into your stretch. Let's find one last breath in. And then exhale, slowly walk back up to your hands. Take a bend with your back knee, coming into that Z shape with your legs. And then walking either to your hands, to your forearms, or all the way down to the floor where you're laying flat on your back, pressing your right knee down. So once again, you should feel a stretch in your right quad. Let's find one last breath in here. And exhale to slowly make your way back up. Coming into your lunge. Doesn't have to look super pretty. Bring that foot back out in front of you. Lift your back knee off the ground. Inhale, windmill your arms open to your wide leg stance. Now step your left foot to your right. Pivot over your right shoulder. Let's take an inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, flatten out your back, draw your shoulder blades together. Exhale, plant your hands to the mat. Walk or hop your feet back into high plank. One more round of our half series. We're going to inhale in our high plank. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, press up, upward facing dog, thighs off the floor, stretching through your stomach. And instead of coming into down dog, just release your knees to the floor and rest back into child's pose. As you come into child's pose, your knees can be kind of mat width apart or a little bit further than hip width, and try to rest your chest to the floor, rest your forehead to the mat. Give your forehead just a gentle massage. Maybe take a moment walking your hands right and left. This is a good time to reassess. How is your body feeling at this point? Are there some areas where you still feel really tight that you might want to stretch out? Just keeping that in mind so that at the end of our practice, you can always go back to those areas. And let's take another inhale here in child's pose. Exhale, press into tabletop. Bringing your knees right beneath your hips. One deep inhale, look up and stretch out your stomach. Exhale, round out through your spine, look down to the floor. One more round of cat and cow. Inhale, stretch out your stomach. Exhale and round. And as you make your way into a neutral tabletop alignment, begin to swing your feet around to the side. Come on to your bottom, bringing your feet in front of you to this butterfly stretch. This is bound angle, but most commonly known as butterfly. Bottoms of the feet together, your knees are opening out. And with your inhale, lift up tall through your spine. Exhale, rather than bringing your head to your feet, try to bring your chest to your feet. So you're keeping your spine tall. With each exhale, drawing your chest a little bit closer towards your feet, allowing for your hips to open. Feel a deep stretch through your hips. 2 breaths here. One more deep breath in here. And on your exhale, slowly lifting back up. Begin to cross your legs. Just like we started at the beginning of our practice. Big shoulder roll up and back. Big shoulder roll up and forward. And as you relax your shoulders, let's take one full head roll around clockwise and counterclockwise. As you bring your head through center, find a deep breath in, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms together, down through your heart.